Hey guys, Godfather of Anxiety here. I just wanted to do a short video today about nervous system hypersensitivity and how this leads to health anxiety. I don't think this is talked about as much as it should be. And I think that even in the medical community, they don't understand this as well as they should. What nervous system hypersensitivity is it's the result of being stuck in fight or flight. And again, like I've gone over in all of my videos with you guys, and so many of my videos with you guys, being stuck in fight or flight, that's just your body's attempt to keep you alive. So part of this will be heightened sensations and basically a misfunctioning of pain interpretation. Again, it affects everything. It'll affect the way you perceive your environment, everything, because again, this is an emergency mode that's only supposed to be there for at most a few minutes, usually a few seconds, and you're stuck in it. So what happens when your nervous system, as a result of being stuck in fight or flight, when it becomes hypersensitive, and a lot of my benign fasciculation syndrome videos highlight this, is you become acutely aware of every little function in your body. And it will make you feel something that you normally would either just feel very mildly or not feel at all or not even notice, is become something that you obsess over. So I'll give you some for instances that have happened to me over the years with nervous system hypersensitivity and how it has led to different bouts of health anxiety I've experienced. So, and again, this is what's important, and what I think you guys need to understand is, first of all, we know that anxiety and panic disorder, those impulses are as real as if you get your leg amputated or break a bone. You're feeling, the sensations you're feeling are just as legitimate as those are, right? It's just a nervous system reaction. But also, and more importantly, is what I believe is that most of the time there is an underlying physiological issue. Like in my life, I firmly believe my initial bout of panic disorder and anxiety disorder was, helped along a lot by developing a lot of allergies all at once. And that happens, guys. Sometimes you go your whole life, you have, like, I had an allergy to cats, but then all of a sudden I was allergic to everything outside. Everything, grass, tree pollen, everything. So what did that do? It caused inflammation, it caused ocular pressure. And normally I would have just said, boy, I have these, these symptoms. Go to the doctor and, oh yeah, you have allergies. But that's not what happened, because I had already, by not getting sleep and by it being in a constant state of worry and panic, I'd already gotten myself to the point where I was, I was already set up in fight or flight. So what ended up happening is the dizziness that I had because of the allergies, probably because of the allergies, became a monster. I ended up having severe dizziness. So instead of just, okay, I'm a little dizzy, it was a serious thing. I almost, I remember one time, guys, sitting on the couch and just falling over sideways because of how dizzy I was. And these aren't things that, you can imagine or, think into existence. This is your nervous system being hypersensitive because you're stuck in fight or flight. You actually having an underlying physiological issue. And this is the result. So initially I had some allergies, and I think it caused sinus pressure. I think it caused some dizziness, but that's not what was being interpreted. I also think it helped cause some stomach issues. But what ended up happening, because my nervous system was hypersensitive, is I had severe dizziness. I felt like I was wearing a mask, a tight iron mask. I've read that they call that the anxiety mask. But my the headache was horrible. My digestive system was destroyed. I went from, being able to eat relatively just about anything I wanted to, having severe digestive issues. And again, this is because being stuck in fight or flight and your nervous system being hypersensitive as a result of it, you will both have symptoms that you wouldn't have, legitimate symptoms because of the neurotransmitters that are being dumped, and you'll also feel them more acutely. And that's how this works. And that's why somebody who has spent their whole life being a pretty rational person can all of a sudden start thinking, I have some horrible illness and I'm going to die. Or just start being trapped in that area of uncertainty where, what's going on? Why am I feeling this symptom? I've never felt this before. It won't go away. You ever ask yourself questions like that? I know I have over the years. So that was one of the hypersensitive things that led to my initial 2 or almost 3 years of trying to look for a physiological cause for the symptoms I experienced. I had a septoplasty. I took allergy shots. I was very determined to feel better. I did not want to live the rest of my life in that condition. And I was still in denial about it having, a trigger of anxiety. I was like, yeah, I'm stressed out, but this anxiety doesn't cause this. These symptoms are physical. Guys, hypersensitive nervous system, stuck in fight or flight, absolutely you will have physical symptoms. I've also told those of you, my subscribers who watch the benign fasciculation syndrome videos, how that has turned into, I already have an underlying condition where my muscles twitch. My calves have twitched since 2008. Well, okay, so that's a harmless thing, right? But if your nervous system is hypersensitive, guys, you won't be able to ignore that twitching. It will turn into the bane of your existence. And you'll start feeling, and you'll start experiencing more twitching. And you'll notice things that you would never normally notice. And then all of a sudden your mind will feed into it. And then that's when health anxiety develops. So what happens? You having all this twitching, you read on the internet, oh, yep, that's probably ALS or something. So then all of a sudden, you're holding a cup or a book or whatever, and you drop it by accident. Oh my goodness, that's right, that's one of those things. You trip on the stairs. Oh, you're dying. That's it, you've got drop foot, your leg's dying. I've been there, guys. And nervous system hypersensitivity will make you feel symptoms more acutely that you wouldn't normally feel. And then your mind gets involved and you perseverate on it. And you take something that would be either a mild, annoying symptom or maybe even a symptom you have to get treated, guys. But instead of you thinking that it's that, oh, I have allergies, you think, oh, I have a brain tumor. This dizziness is from a brain tumor. This dizziness is from, some undiagnosed condition that's going to lead to my demise. They feed off each other. So that's basically the point of the video. I want you guys to realize the relationship between being stuck in fight or flight and how it affects the nervous system and how it affects the interpretation of normal symptoms that we have for non-life-threatening health issues. Allergies generally don't kill you. Maybe severe acute allergies like peanut allergies, but in general, allergies don't kill you. Another, like I said, benign fasciculation syndrome isn't going to kill you. Times that I've had headaches or other things over the years and thought I had brain tumors. Guys, most of the time, the vast majority of the time, a headache is not a brain tumor. It's not an aneurysm. A lot of the time when people have aneurysms, they never know it and the lights go out and that's it, guys. And I'm not trying to discourage you or scare you or anything, but, you know, it's a very small, first of all, it's a very small amount of people who have aneurysms. And then on top of that, it's an even smaller percentage of people who have a symptom ahead of time and are able to get it operated on or somehow save themselves. A lot of the time people fall asleep and they just don't wake up. The aneurysm ruptures, or, you know, maybe they're not asleep, but the aneurysm ruptures, and unless, you know, you're right on an operating table, there's a good chance that it's not going to be survivable. Now, it's not likely. You guys shouldn't live your life thinking about that, but you also should realize that if you have a headache, it's probably not a brain tumor. It's probably not an aneurysm. It's probably nothing like that. I'm not discouraging you guys from going to the doctors. Go to the doctors. If you have a health issue that is interfering with your life, a physical symptom, for heaven's sakes, go tell your doctor, go to your doctor, get it looked at, get it treated. But let the diagnosis be the diagnosis. Don't imagine or embellish in your mind that a symptom that everybody experiences that's being intensified by your nervous system hypersensitivity because your anxiety's up. Don't let it turn into this obsession that you know your demise is imminent, that you have some serious health issue, and, you know, live in that state of uncertainty. It's not a place you guys want to be. So that's about all I want to say in this video. Guys, just want to give you a heads up on how that relationship works. There's a real physical symptom that nervous system hypersensitivity and being stuck in fight or flight turns into a major symptom, and then your mind turns it into health anxiety. So that's the way this works. So guys, thanks so much for the engagement with the channel. I'm so grateful for it. I'm heading towards 700 subscribers now. I really appreciate it. I love the comments. Keep them coming. And until my next video, guys, take care.